Here's the truth. Most women have no idea that just a few small habits can make a man completely obsessed with them without saying a single word about it. And yet almost no one teaches this. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what these habits are, how to use them naturally, and why men feel an almost magnetic pull toward women who master them. Imagine a man constantly thinking about you, wanting to spend time with you, and being drawn in without even trying to chase him. That's the power of feminine energy done right. And today, I'm going to break down the 5 habits that trigger that deep, instinctual attraction. If you're watching this and thinking, I want to master this energy, pause for a second and hit the like button. And make sure you stick around, because habit number 4 is a total game changer. It's subtle, yet it makes men feel an irresistible pull. Ladies, let's be completely honest for a second. Men, even the emotionally aware, mature, and deeply connected ones, are still extremely visual and sensual by nature. But don't confuse that with being shallow. There's a huge difference between a man who's only attracted to a woman's appearance and a man who's drawn to her because of the qualities she shows that trigger something primal inside him. When we talk about sexual attraction, we're not just talking about tight outfits or glossy lips. We're talking about those subtle, often unconscious feminine behaviors that flip a switch in a man's mind and body, making him feel irresistibly drawn to you. You don't need to change who you are, but understanding the habits that spark attraction allows you to enhance your natural femininity in a way that naturally pulls the kind of man you want. Let's dive into the 5 feminine habits that ignite sexual attraction in men. The first, often overlooked, is playful teasing with warmth, not sarcasm. Teasing, when done right, is like mental foreplay. It communicates, I'm confident in myself and I can have fun. Think about it. Attraction without playfulness is just chemistry with seriousness. You can be beautiful, smart, and successful, but if you never flirt with a smile, if you never lightly tease him for being 5 minutes late, or playfully joke about his love for pineapple on pizza, you're skipping a huge part of the dance of attraction. The teasing must come with warmth. A gentle touch on the arm, a smirk that says, I see you, a laugh that shows you're not judging. These are what draw him in. Sarcasm pushes men away, but playful, flirtatious teasing pulls them closer. It shows him you're not putting him on a pedestal or trying to control him, but inviting him into a playful, emotionally charged connection where he can chase you rather than just be chased. The second habit is touching with intention. Touch is the most primal form of communication we have, and many women underestimate how little it takes to spark sexual energy. I'm not talking about aggressive or inappropriate moves. I'm talking about lightly brushing his forearm when he makes you laugh, or letting your hand linger just a little longer on his shoulder as you pass by. These gentle touches whisper desire instead of shouting it. Men respond to physical signals, but they equally crave subtlety. When you show you're comfortable in your body and generous with your touch, not in a needy way, but in a relaxed, confident, sensual way, you capture his attention instantly. That touch tells him, I feel safe with you, and I'm not afraid to express desire. That's rare and unforgettable. The third habit is embracing softness without weakness. Men are drawn to women who can be soft, not because they want someone to dominate, but because a woman who can remain gentle in a harsh world is magnetic. Softness isn't passivity or submission. It's staying connected to your heart, being emotionally open, nurturing, and receptive to connection. It's making eye contact, really feeling what's being said, speaking from vulnerability instead of trying to control. Men feel safe around that kind of softness. It draws them out of their heads and into presence, into desire. When a woman embodies softness, a man naturally steps into his strength. He feels needed, not because she's weak, but because she creates a space for him to lead, protect, and provide. She allows polarity to generate that mutual spark. Fourth is using expressive body language that invites rather than demands. Have you ever noticed a woman enter a room and immediately turn heads, not because she's the most conventionally attractive, but because of the way she moves? Feminine body language is a silent invitation. The tilt of her head when she listens, the fluid motion of her hands, the curious sparkle in her eyes, or leaning in when something excites her. These signals scream attraction without words. Most men aren't just craving sex, they're looking for cues that it's safe to engage. When your posture is relaxed, energy warm, and your smile reaches your eyes, it tells him, "You're welcome here. You don't have to earn this. I enjoy your presence." That rare combination of openness and value is what men chase. Fifth, be turned on by life, not only by him. The most captivating women, the ones men daydream about, crave long after the date, is that they are excited by their own lives. They're passionate, curious, and lit up by their world. They flirt with possibilities, seduce the moment, and don't wait for a man to bring the spark. They are the spark. Whether it's talking about a book, a favorite drink, or a yoga class that left them breathless, they radiate energy that draws men in. He doesn't want to be her entire world. He wants to be invited into one that's already full of life. A woman who lives like this, glowing from within and letting that passion shine through her words, laugh, and touch, becomes not just sexually attractive but unforgettable. Understanding these habits is one thing. Embodying them is where the real power lies. Let's look at how you bring them into daily life and use them not just to attract attention, but to create deep, undeniable sexual chemistry with the right man. Take playful teasing as an example. On a first date, many people become nervous and default to logic, asking about jobs or swapping facts. But what if you allowed yourself to play? If he says he meditates every morning, you might respond, one of the Zen types. Should I be intimidated? Or, are you secretly a chaotic morning person like the rest of us? That's teasing with curiosity, flirting naturally without being fake. That small spark, where you challenge and invite simultaneously, makes him feel amused and intrigued. Combine that with touch, and attraction grows stronger. If you're sitting close enough for knees to brush or leaning in to hear him over music and lightly resting your hand on his arm, it's not for attention, it's about being present. Real attraction emerges from what your body communicates when words aren't enough. Intentional touch, playful teasing, softness, expressive body language, and being turned on by life. These habits aren't just tricks, they're ways to naturally amplify your energy, magnetism, and feminine presence. When used authentically, they create a connection that feels effortless, emotional, and deeply enticing. Men notice these subtle signals even if they can't put them into words. They feel drawn, not manipulated, and they crave the energy you radiate because it's real. It's about showing up fully, being confident in your body, your mind, and your heart, and inviting a man into a world where he feels desired, valued, and alive. This isn't about playing games or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about understanding the power of feminine energy and letting it shine naturally. Every gesture, glance, touch, and laugh communicates more than words ever could. When you embody these habits consistently, you trigger sexual attraction in a way that feels effortless and authentic. Men are wired to respond to presence, warmth, curiosity, and life energy. When you show these qualities, you aren't just attractive. You're unforgettable, magnetic, and deeply desired. Most women don't realize how powerful it is when a man senses your calm, confident presence. He doesn't need you to show it overtly. He just needs to feel that you're grounded in your body and comfortable enough to let that connection show. Now, let's talk about real softness. Not fake sweetness or acting nice to get something. I mean genuine emotional openness. In a world that tells women to toughen up, to never rely on anyone, softness becomes a rare and attractive quality. The most captivating women know how to balance two things at once: self-respect and surrender. They can express their feelings without blaming. They can say, "That really hurt me," instead of shutting down or pretending it doesn't matter. They ask for clarity when confused instead of playing mind games. This kind of softness invites a man to step up more, not because she's helpless, but because her openness awakens his strength. When that dynamic takes hold, sexual attraction becomes volcanic because polarity is alive. Feminine softness sparks masculine heat. It's not a cliche, it's real. When you embody this, you'll notice something fascinating. Men feel more relaxed around you. They become more present. They touch you more naturally. They open up and chase more because you're not giving them a performance. They're experiencing a real feeling woman. That's rare and that's powerful. Now let's move to body language. This isn't about perfection, it's about being expressive. If something excites you, show it. If you're curious, lean in. If you like what he says, let your smile linger. If he surprises you, let your eyebrows lift and flirt with your eyes. Men watch and read every signal your body sends, whether you intend it or not. When you own your expressions, you're creating a non-verbal language of desire that's more potent than words. Most women don't understand how hypnotic it is when you're fully present in your body. When your voice carries tone, your gestures have grace, and your energy invites connection, men can feel it. You don't need to try to impress, you're there to experience. That shift, from performing to receiving, from guarded to radiant, is the energy that makes men obsessed. Finally, let's go back to being turned on by life itself. This is the most important and often misunderstood habit. Many women think, if I like him, I'll be flirty. If I feel sexy around him, I'll awaken my feminine side. That's backwards. You can't wait for a man to activate your sensuality. You have to nurture it yourself every day. That means doing things that make you feel alive, wearing lingerie for yourself, dancing in your kitchen, laughing at your own jokes, following passions that make your heart race. When you glow with life, he feels it. The sexiest women aren't just visually attractive, they radiate energy that pulls men in. When you walk into a room with passion in your step, a playful secret in your smile, warmth in your heart, and fire in your energy, men notice. They don't just want to talk, they want to be near you, they want to touch you. They want to be invited into a world that's already vibrant. When he's not chasing your validation, but the feeling of being with you, you become unforgettable. Here's the challenge. Stop focusing on what society says makes a woman hot. Focus on what makes you magnetic. Practice teasing that leaves him smiling. Touch with intention. Speak with softness that still has strength. Let your body show what your heart feels, and live like you're already turned on by life. When you embody these feminine habits, men aren't just attracted. They're drawn to you deeply, irresistibly, and authentically. When you practice these habits consistently, your energy changes even before you speak. You walk into a room and attention naturally shifts, not because you're trying, but because you're radiating presence. This happens because of the subtle, invisible signals you give off. A woman who flirts with life, teases playfully, touches intentionally, balances softness with strength, and expresses herself without demanding attention, sets herself apart instantly. She's no longer operating from lack. She's not chasing or fishing for validation. She knows her value, and that presence shifts the dynamic entirely. When a man senses you're genuine, not performing, he relaxes. His defenses drop. He becomes physically, mentally, and emotionally engaged. He mirrors your energy, asks questions, and pursues moments with you, not just your body. That's when attraction goes beyond chemistry. That's when it becomes true connection. Imagine a scenario. You're at a party and your eyes meet a man across the room. You don't look away. You hold the gaze, smile softly, then turn away. That's teasing. Later, he approaches and comments on the music. You laugh, lightly touch his arm and ask, "You like this?" That's playfulness and intentional touch combined. He jokes back. You lean in, your shoulder brushing his. Again, intentional touch. You respond with expressive body language, letting your excitement shine. When he asks about your interests, you light up talking about what makes you come alive. That's being turned on by life. You've just created a charged, playful, warm, sensual, and magnetic connection. Most women wait for a man to create that energy, but the most irresistible women lead with it. They radiate self-assurance and life energy so powerfully that men can't help but be drawn in. Oh, let's talk about what not to do. Because many women unknowingly sabotage their feminine energy. They overthink, try to say the right thing, shrink their body language, or act indifferent to avoid seeming too interested. But here's the truth. Indifference doesn't create attraction, it creates confusion. And confusion kills desire. Men don't want a mystery that feels insecure. They want a woman who feels safe to desire. So don't hold back your joy. Don't suppress your warmth. Don't dim your passion. When a man feels the real, unfiltered you, emotionally alive and grounded in your own worth, that's when his attraction soars. That's when he thinks, this woman is different. I can't stop thinking about her. You don't have to try harder. You don't need to chase more. Attraction isn't about becoming someone else. It's about removing the noise and reconnecting with your most radiant self. That version of you is playful, present, and powerful. She touches with care, teases with joy, moves with grace, speaks with softness, and lights up her own world. Any man lucky enough to step into her energy feels like he's entered another dimension. That's the kind of woman a man doesn't just want to sleep with. That's the kind he fantasizes about, brags to his friends about, the kind who walks away and leaves him hoping she turns around because she didn't just get attention, she got inside his mind, his heart, his desire. It's not just about being attractive to men. It's about remembering that your sensuality, magnetism, and feminine power have always been yours. You don't earn it or wait for permission. You awaken it by choosing to live fully expressed, fully embodied, and fully yourself. The most irresistible women don't wait for a man to make them feel sexy. They don't fake confidence, pretend to be laid back, or play robotic hard-to-get games. They show up present, grounded, and radiant. Their energy says, I know who I am, I know what I bring, and you'll never forget me if you notice. These 5 habits aren't tricks or manipulation. Playful teasing isn't games, it's connection. Intentional touch isn't seduction, it's presence. Softness isn't weakness, it's power in its most feminine form. Expressive body language is emotional freedom flowing through your body. Being turned on by life is joy radiating through every moment. Sexual attraction isn't just physical, it's energetic and emotional. The spark between two people who see each other on a deeper level. When you become a woman who invites without chasing, expresses without performing, and lives lit up instead of waiting to be lit, you create attraction that goes beyond surface desire. Men crave a woman who makes them feel alive, not just aroused. A woman who notices their edge, inspires them to be present, and makes them feel like showing up matters. That's the kind of connection these habits open. Once you tap into them, you'll never need to chase again. So the next time you enter a room, don't ask, am I sexy enough? Ask, am I present enough? Am I playful? Am I open to connection? Am I owning the moment? When you show up this way, flirting with life and radiating joy, everything changes. Men notice immediately. You see it in their eyes, feel it in the way they lean in, listen more intently, initiate and crave your energy. You won't just trigger sexual attraction, you'll inspire devotion. A woman like you isn't just desirable, she's unforgettable. Step into that version of yourself now, not tomorrow, not after some arbitrary change, but fully radiant, fully feminine, fully alive. Watch the world respond as if it's seeing you for the very first time, and when that happens, don't be surprised if he can't stop thinking about you. Because you didn't just attract him, you moved him. You became the fantasy he didn't even know he was searching for. Now that you understand what to do and what to avoid, let's get practical about embodying these habits every day. This isn't about memorizing tips or performing tricks. It's about shifting how you show up in your energy, your presence, and your interaction. Start with small moments. A playful comment while texting, a gentle touch while walking past someone, letting your smile linger longer than usual, or leaning in when a conversation excites you. These tiny choices, repeated consistently, add up to a magnetic energy that men can't ignore. Think about your posture. Stand in a way that expresses confidence without rigidity. Move with fluidity, letting your body tell its own story. When you're laughing, let it be full and open. When you're curious, lean in with genuine interest. The combination of openness, warmth, and self-possession is irresistible. Men don't just notice it, they feel it in their body. That feeling creates a pull that goes far beyond looks or small talk. Next, amplify your life energy. Passion isn't just about your relationship, it's about your world. A woman who glows because of her own life projects vitality. She's learning new things, pursuing hobbies, laughing at herself, and exploring the world with curiosity. That energy makes men want to step closer. Not just physically, but emotionally. They want to be near someone who radiates joy because it makes them feel more alive. Also, remember the balance of softness and strength. It's okay to be vulnerable, to show emotion, or to admit when something affects you. That doesn't make you weak, it makes you magnetic. When a woman expresses softness with self-respect, men naturally step into their strength. This creates polarity, the invisible charge that fuels desire and attraction. Polarity isn't about power games, it's about natural balance. Intentional touch is another layer. You don't need to overdo it. A brush of the hand, a gentle touch on the arm, or a fleeting contact as you walk by can speak louder than words. Men notice subtlety just as much as boldness. When touch is confident and relaxed, it communicates comfort, sensuality, and connection. Combined with playful teasing, it forms a dance that's as much about energy as it is about interaction. Finally, tease life itself. Show curiosity, excitement, and delight in the small things. When you talk about your passions, your experiences, or your joys, men feel the vibrancy you bring into your world. That's the ultimate attraction. Living a life so alive that being near you feels like stepping into a spark. Men are drawn to the woman who creates that energy, not one who waits for it to be handed to her. Remember, all of this is about authenticity. You're not performing or pretending. You're amplifying the parts of yourself that already exist. Playfulness, intentional touch, softness with strength, expressive body language, and life energy aren't tricks. They're reflections of your true, empowered self. The more natural they feel, the stronger your presence becomes. When you integrate these habits into your daily life, you'll notice a shift not just in attraction, but in the way men engage with you. They lean in, listen closer, chase moments with you, and crave your energy. That's when attraction evolves into connection, desire into devotion. You'll see it in subtle ways: a lingering glance, a smile that holds longer, an effort to be near you. You'll feel it too, because the energy you project will match the energy you attract. At the end of the day, feminine power is not something you get from anyone else. It's something you embody. It's rooted in confidence, self-awareness, joy, and presence. When you show up fully, men can't help but respond. You don't need to chase, prove, or perform. You simply allow yourself to radiate and attract naturally. That's the energy that makes a woman unforgettable. So step into your power now. Play with life, with touch, with joy. Laugh, tease, move, express, and shine. Be fully present, fully alive, fully you, and watch as men respond, not just with desire, but with awe, devotion, and a deep magnetic pull toward your energy. When you do this consistently, attraction becomes effortless, natural, and irresistible.